So I think professionals can prevent criminal exploitation before it's becoming an issue for young people, and especially in communities, is we really need to get in there at the earliest point. So we need to do that preventative work. So this could be in schools normally, or youth clubs, community groups. So what we would tend to do is we want to educate these young people about online social media, the dangers that this can have, also the dangers of what could happen in the community. We need to be doing work around and letting them young people know what exploitation is, what grooming is, so they can easily pick that up, but they need to be knowing the signs. They also need to be having a lot of work around healthy relationships. I think that's really important, and that's something we're seeing a lot through our normal work and our day-to-day work, is young people, they're not understanding what a healthy relationship is, they're not understanding the signs of an unhealthy relationship.
The most important thing for me in trying to tackle this problem of criminal exploitation earlier than we maybe unfortunately sometimes get around to, is getting the right people in there to talk to a child, or if a disclosure is made, identifying it at the earliest opportunity, and having the right people in the right place. So community intelligence, community information is so important, and recording it properly and identifying it. We talk about those indicators, those vulnerabilities, is finding those early and then making sure they come into the right people who can then put that wrap around to try and stop that from escalating. Because if it's got to the point where there's a police investigation and this child's been talked about as a high-risk child who's at significant imminent risk of being exploited, we've missed opportunities before that. They've come to that time where clearly stuff's been missed in the past, and it's about identifying that early enough for us to be able to put those resources in.
If I'm in this school and I am using, my mentoring, professional training, my knowledge of the challenges that the young people are facing, and my own lived experience to build that relationship with that young person, raise awareness around the different challenges that these young people have, demystifying the allure or the glitz and the glamour of the criminal enterprise, criminal exploitation. And the young people is buying into it. But there is no support for the family where the needs come from, the reason for the need. Then it's almost like you're not going to be successful, or the success is limited to what we are able to do in that instant. So if we now, as supporting the mentee, the young person, if we now can get the system to support the family, and whether it's mental health issue, whether it's lack of resources, support the family in providing adequate care for this child, then in 90% of the case, a high degree of the case, we will definitely see a positive impact and outcome for these children.
As a professional, you have a safeguarding responsibility for a young person's safety. As a parent, you have a responsibility until that child is 18 years to safeguard them and protect them. So it's about kind of coming together. There's no such thing as a daft question or it's not serious enough. Early intervention is key.